You can now do a university degree course in Taylor Swift. How f***ing low academically can you go? For any of you who don't know, the Golden Globes are just like the Oscars, but without all that esteem. The Golden Globes are to the Oscars what Kim Kardashian is to Kate Middleton, basically. What? Bit louder, bit trashier, bit drunker, and more easily bought. Well, I am woke now, and I can prove it. Here you go. I love illegal immigrants. Yeah, sue me now. Sometimes I go down to Dover for the day, right? And I look out, right? I look for a boat, and I see a dinghy with about 60 of them, and I go over here, like, right? And I pull them into shore, and I go, women and children first. They go, there are no women and children. Just you lads, is it? Just come on, lads. Come on, lads.
Hollywood loves to parade its woke ideals, but not everyone's on board. Ricky Gervais isn't afraid to tell celebrities to stick to acting and leave the lecturing behind. Watch Ricky fearlessly take on Hollywood's woke culture with brutal honesty and razor-sharp humor right to their faces.
She knew she couldn't explain pedophilia to a 7-year-old, right? But this is what she came up with. She said, because there's a man going round and he's cutting little boys' willies off.
Ricky doesn't waste time sugarcoating it. He openly mocks Hollywood's love for pushing political agendas, calling out celebrities for jumping on the latest social cause just to seem relevant. Ricky laughs at how they stand there, dressed to the nines, telling people what to believe, yet rarely practicing what they preach.
Disgusting, pill-popping, sexual deviant scum. I want to do this monologue and then go into hiding, okay?
To Ricky, the irony is hard to ignore. While celebrities flaunt their ideals, most people know they're out of touch with everyday struggles. Gervais holds a mirror to Hollywood, showing the world just how far removed these stars are from real life. In his words, Hollywood isn't the moral compass they think it is. Ricky isn't about to let celebrities off the hook for using their influence to push political messages.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to here. Sorry about that.
He has a laugh at how stars like Taylor Swift throw their weight behind candidates and causes, not because they're well informed, but because they crave the spotlight.
You can now do a university degree course in Taylor Swift. How f***ing low academically can you go?
Ricky's point is simple. Celebrities live in a world far different from the average person. By supporting political candidates, they think they're making a difference. But Ricky sees through the act and knows they're really just after applause. One of Ricky's most iconic moments came when he hosted the Golden Globes. Standing before a room full of celebrities, he tells them, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech.
Isn't just about the people in front of camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies.
He reminds them that no one wants to hear a lecture on climate change from people who arrived in private jets. The crowd's reaction, nervous laughter, and shocked faces. Ricky doesn't flinch. He knows exactly how this room works. He's fed up with the moral grandstanding, and he's not alone.
Look at his stupid face. Couldn't actually win one of his own, so he stole someone else's. I don't think that is actually the original Emmy. I think that's a shoddy remake. I can do anything. This is live. I made you what you are, and I get nothing back.
Where is it?
Yes, you have. Stop. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Give me it. Give me the Emmy. Give me the Emmy. Give me the Emmy. Give me it. Give me the... Thank you.
Despite the criticism he gets from woke culture warriors, Ricky's approach hasn't softened. He knows he's rubbing some people the wrong way and even enjoys it a bit. When people complain, Ricky sees it as proof he's hit a nerve with uncomfortable truths. He's quick to point out that their outrage doesn't intimidate him. Instead, he uses it to fuel more comedy. According to Ricky, if people get upset over a joke, that's their problem, not his.
Our show Supernature dropped on Netflix last year. Big backlash, wasn't there? Big backlash. People going, you can't say that. You can.
Perhaps one of his most controversial takes involved Caitlyn Jenner and the concept of dead naming.
Be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but you can't have everything, can you?
Ricky jokes about the expectation to forget Jenner's life as Bruce.
I'm willing to learn, and I found out my crime was that I dead named her. Now, I'd never heard that term, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name and even acknowledging that she used to be a man. But she did. I saw him at the Olympic Games. It was decathlete, it was in everything, it was all over the place.
He challenges this idea, asking why the world should ignore a major part of her history simply because it makes people uncomfortable, and Ricky's humor here is both clever and cutting. He isn't trying to be malicious, but rather to poke holes in what he sees as overly sensitive thinking.
She was interviewed about a week later at some press conference for a show she was launching, now cancelled. And the press were around and one of them said, what do you think of the Ricky Gervais joke? And she went, maybe I should host the Golden Globes, right? And they tweeted that and they atted me in because they want a celebrity feud. It was clickbait. So I rose to the bait, obviously. I just sent back, let her host, just don't let her drive. Another website that was in the room, Entertainment Weekly, they tweeted a different headline and they atted me in as well. And their headline was, Caitlyn finally breaks silence over Ricky Gervais. I just sent back, at last. She always breaks too late.
He's saying that we shouldn't erase someone's past just because it doesn't fit neatly into a new narrative. One of Ricky's sharpest points is his critique of virtue signaling in Hollywood. He's noticed that many stars align with causes, not out of genuine concern, but to boost their social image. By aligning themselves with certain causes, celebrities try to appear virtuous without actually putting in the work. He doesn't buy into the facade. To Ricky, this is all just empty posturing. He sees through the act and exposes the hypocrisy of using minorities or social causes as a way to look good in the eyes of the public.
Lesson, and that's why I'm going to be woke from now on. It's about time. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I am woke, and now I'm woke. The first thing I've got to do is change my Twitter bio, because at the moment it's like a list of the shows I've created. But now I'm woke, I've got to pop in the word anti-fascist, so people know I'm not a fascist.
Ricky often talks about how we're living in a culture of offense, where people look for reasons to be upset. He finds it ironic that so many people claim to value tolerance, yet are quick to shut down anyone who thinks differently. He jokes about how this culture stifles creativity and humor, encouraging people to avoid saying anything remotely controversial. But to Ricky, offense is a choice, and he's not about to start catering to it.
People take everything personally. I think the world revolves around them, right? Particularly on Twitter, right? I don't know, I'm not tweeting anyone, I'm just tweeting, okay? I don't know who's following me. I've got 12 million followers. I don't know who's following me. They can be following me without me knowing, right? Choose to read my tweet and then take that personally. That's like going into a town square, seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons, and you go, but I don't fucking want guitar lessons.
For Ricky, comedy isn't meant to be tame or offensive. He believes its purpose is to push boundaries, to challenge ideas, and to make people think. He isn't out to coddle anyone, and he firmly believes that humor should remain unfiltered, especially in a world that often takes itself too seriously.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about offense, isn't it? When people say they're offended, it's that just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right, you know? offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. With comedy as well, I think you've got to deal with taboos and contentious issues, and sometimes you deal in irony, and some people don't get that. But you know, you can't legislate against stupidity, otherwise you'll be doing nothing. So if you're saying anything.
Ricky's message: comedy should make people laugh, even if it ruffles a few feathers. The very purpose of humor is to address the taboo, the difficult, and the controversial.
You know me as the creator of The Office? No, you don't, do you?
You think Steve Carell did it all? Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, Steve Carell? He's amazing as the bumbling office manager. Where does he get his ideas from? Let's pay.
Ricky also criticizes the tendency to place feelings over facts. He finds it baffling that people think their emotions should dictate reality, which makes genuine discussion nearly impossible.
How arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? I want people to stop saying that joke's offensive. I want them to start saying I found it offensive, because you've got to own the emotion, because that's all it is. You're just telling me how you feel about it. There's nothing intrinsically offensive about this joke. Then they go, yeah, but you shouldn't hurt people's feelings. Well, you can if their feelings are wrong. You know, if you don't like the facts, don't change the facts, change the feelings. You don't have to pave the jungle. You can just grow a pair and have a laugh about it.
In Ricky's view, focusing on facts instead of feelings can lead to more productive, meaningful conversations. According to him, the feelings-first approach has a major downside. It prevents people from engaging in open discussions about important issues. As Ricky sees it, the world could use a little less sensitivity and a lot more humor. He argues that we can laugh at our own flaws and still care about social issues, but by putting everyone on edge and prioritizing political correctness, he believes we're losing our ability to have fun and enjoy life. Ricky's advice? Take a deep breath, enjoy the jokes, and stop taking offense at everything. So, do you agree with Ricky's view on Hollywood's woke culture? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more unfiltered takes on Hollywood's biggest stars and wokest moments.